This is a biographical presentation about the behaviorist Dr. Andy Bondy and his relevant contributions to the field of applied behavior analysis. This presentation was created by Rebecca Swisher for course EDSE 619 at George Mason University, fall 2019. Here is some background demographics about Dr. Andy Bondy. Dr. Bondy earned his postgraduate and doctorate degrees from the University of North Carolina, Greensboro. He completed his clinical internship in 1976 at the University of Kansas Medical Center. Dr. Bondy has a substantial background in ABA. He began his career working in Delaware in the public school systems. He primarily worked with young children with autism spectrum disorder and other developmental disabilities. While working with small children, Dr. Bondy began making connections with B.F. Skinner's research in his book, Verbal Behavior. Additionally, Dr. Bondy's wife was a practicing speech pathologist, and together they began the dialogue about how Skinner's research pinpointing verbal operants and the communication disorders that they were observing, each in their own line of work, needed further research. After years of research with preschool-age children at the Delaware Autism Program, both Dr. Bondy and his wife, Lori Frost, developed a picture communication system to help assist and augment the communication of those with limited verbal communication abilities. In 1985, the Picture Exchange Communication System, otherwise known as PECS, was born. PECS is structured into 6 phases of communication levels. Each phase includes ABA strategies of verbal prompts and reinforcement to teach children how to better communicate their wants, needs, and feelings. Dr. Bondy used B.F. Skinner's research on verbal behavior to break down what verbal operants were needed for adequate communication. Skinner highlights 4 main verbal operants in his research: mand, tact, interverbals, and echoics. Dr. Bondy took Skinner's 4 main verbal operants along with simple images and created picture cards with words. Each picture card can stand alone as a verbal operant or can be combined with other cards to develop a more detailed sentence structure. For example, a student could use the picture card help to mand or request help from an adult. Later, as the student's verbal repertoire is increased, that student could mand I want help using the picture cards I, want, and help. As I mentioned on earlier slides, PECS is a program based heavily on B.F. Skinner's research on verbal behavior. The Picture Exchange Communication System is now packaged and sold by Pyramid Educational Consultants to school divisions around the country. Dr. Andy Bondy and his wife Lori also co-founded Pyramid Educational Consultants, and presently he's the company's president. He also actively serves on the clinical board and continues to research, author, and speak about new advancements in the Picture Exchange Communication System. PECS has revolutionized verbal communication for children with autism spectrum disorder and other disabilities. Even while researching Dr. Bondy and PECS, I stumbled across dozens of other versions of communication systems, including assistive technology apps that support verbal language development in children. PECS has been the cornerstone for other picture communication systems and assistive technology devices. Lastly, Dr. Andy Bondy's development of PECS was a significant contribution to the speech-language community, but also an immense contribution to the ABA field due to the fact that the system was developed from Skinner's research, and the 6 phases of communication taught using PECS are strongly rooted in ABA principles and strategies of verbal prompting and reinforcement. This concludes my biographical presentation about the behaviorist Dr. Andy Bondy. Thank you for watching. It's all done.